Woohoo! What's going on, guys? And Tesla's freaking crapping itself again. Okay, that's the margin call right there. I'm back for a little while. There we go, Keith. Bitcoin is down almost 3K today. Ooh, what's Ethereum at? Under 4, I believe. Flat, 4K flat. It's down 6% today. What's going on, Tom? Blood in the streets. Let's take a look at the heat map. Oh, that hurts my eyes. I think I'm gonna start crying. I know, I need some bandages, man. Holy smokes. Who else is getting wrecked today? I was thinking if Tesla hits new lows, I'll just buy 10 more shares. We are, how much am I down? Actually, oh, I was day trading. Okay, I was day trading Tesla earlier. That's why my average price is screwed up. So I'm in at 634. Like, I'm taking an L. So, I'm not down that much. No, wait. I can't do math right now. It's at 593. I'm down 1200. So, I'm not down this. I'm down twice. Treadmill with an eye patch. Let's see what's trending. Biden gas lines, WeWork, Brian Show, Leslie, MoneyGram's trending. Buy another 5. I'm doing 10, baby. I'm going 10 if we close it at new lows. We have 40 minutes left into the market. Let's see. Shiba, guys. Shiba is bleeding hard today, too. Where are my Shiba people at? Half your site. Oh, it cost me my full site today. Running out of gas down here. Yeah, the gas out there is crazy. I'm telling you guys, it's like the toilet paper scenario we had last year. The shortage is no joke. I think people are going to start going crazy over it. That gives you an incentive to buy a Tesla, which we'll cover in tonight. I recorded already tonight's video, so I just need to edit it, and I have a meet with the client at 3. So I have an hour. Usually it takes me like 2 hours to film, edit. Filming's done. Edit, upload a video, do the thumbnail, all of that shenanigans, and upload it. So let's wait and see. Down 4% on Tesla. Guys, you'd expect Tesla to bounce off the 4 like it has these couple times here, but we're not seeing that. That's a little spooky. Shiba owners have a crap ton of coins, and once it pumps... Guys, question. One of my boys has a crap ton of SafeMoon, right? His balance on coins is going down. Can somebody explain that? I don't understand that. Why is it? It's like me having Tesla shares and my Tesla shares go down if I didn't sell. It's like someone stole my shares. Can someone explain that? And it'll go up too. I don't understand that. I think I'm missing something. Guys, I also think Hertz filed for bankruptcy. What's Hertz? I know they're on OT. Hertz. Did they get removed? Hertz? Are they on OTC now? They went bankrupt, so usually it's Hertz Q, right? Ah, it's Z. Wait, what am I doing? HRZTQ. No? HTCQ maybe? What? GameStop pulling back. I thought their filing for bankruptcy went through and the stock continued to go up. Yeah, they're on OTC. Oh, it's, yeah, HTCGQ. So usually when they go bankrupt, they add the Q at the end if you did not know that. So that's where all these freaking Tesla bears come in. Oh, Tesla Q, it's going bankrupt. Look at this. 58%. That's freaking nuts. The market is broken. The stock market is broken. Hertz. Stock soars 62% on news of deal to exit Chapter 11 that will benefit shareholders. Wait. Exit? $6 billion bid from Nighthead. They're dunzos. I don't even know why this is going up. This does not make sense at all. I get the restructuring, but I guess I guess this is like another pandemic play or reopening. And this is kind of my competition too, by the way. Hertz car rentals, by the way. Oh, not really, not really. Who the hell wants to buy that? I'm more on the exotic and luxury side. They're more on the reliable economic cars. It's a very different ticket. This is such an ugly 1 minute here on Tesla. No bounce at all. Sad. Good to see you not doing the shoulder pull so much. Did I do it? No, it's kind of better, but I can't bench flat anymore. It's just too much on my shoulder. So I'll have to go incline. Ape coin, perhaps the best concept ever heard on Trey's channel if done right. Isn't there already an ape coin that also is up ridiculous today? Let's see, Bitcoin. I mean, market cap, coin market cap. There's one that has the ape logo on it, and it's up a lot today. I forget the name. So no one has the answer, right? No one really knows what's going on with one of my boys' portfolios. Why his coins are going down, and he's not selling. It's like someone's taking them away. Cars are plenty. Even Hertz cars on flood cars, 25 cents a dollar. Yeah, Hertz had a lot of I was actually looking to buy one of their cars. It was a Corvette. It was like a Z06 or a Stingray, I believe. It was cheap as hell, guys. They were selling a lot of their cars. A lot of great cars too. I don't know what happened to it. I think the price went higher, but I never kept up with that. Let's see. See how other stocks are doing. Let's move this to the right really quick. Here comes Tesla, down again. A new low? A new low before close is not a meme from what it looks like. Oof, to Apple double bottom. It seems like a lot of things are going for that double bottom. Not Facebook. Microsoft, yes, new low on this one. Neo, same thing as Tesla. Xpeng. Man, these airlines are really hurting. That pipeline is really screwing everything up. Apple puts. I'm debating. I'm debating. Should we buy 10 more? This is not a lovely sign. This is not lovely. That 578 drop here, that double bottom, it looks possible. It does look very possible. Man, that 4 hour. How's ARK? How's Kathy? How we doing, ARK? Down 4. No more Tesla. I should wait on it. We're testing SMA on the daily. Hold off on the buy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold off on that one. Let's hold off on that one. It's been an ugly week, man. It's been a bad week. Monday we got clapped. Tuesday we got clapped, but we recovered flat. Futures just went south. We're still getting wrecked. Look at this drop, bounce, drop. You know what they say about stocks, man? Stocks take the stairs up, and they take the wind on the way down. Price of gold is everything's dropping. What Bitcoin now? Let's take a look. Bitcoin. Let me pull up Bitcoin really quick for you guys. I hate how Bitmart makes me confirm my email when I log in every single time. And I can't change that. I get the safety feature and whatnot, but it gets annoying. Yeah, 082737. And it's not logging me in. I guess we're gonna have to go with Robinhood. Oof, now down 3K on Bitcoin. Is anyone buying these dips on Bitcoin? Or are my scalpers, swing traders? Nothing? So glad I walked away from Tesla 750. It's crazy to think Tesla was trading at 700s and now we're in the 5 territory. We're in that range. It's kind of spooky, huh? 593. Even Dogecoin's at 43, guys. Dogecoin is taking a blow. It's at 45. I think it bounced. It was showing 43 earlier. We had that small bounce, but sub 50s. I think 30 cents is a reasonable pullback for Dogecoin. We didn't hold 50s. We're right under 50 though, but I think within time, I think 30 cents is maybe a good dip buy. Hold Bitcoin. It will not break 50K without major upswing. Well, it's not breaking 60 either. Ethereum it's kind of flat at 4. AAL got my trigger on these airlines. Man, these are really bleeding today. Let's pull up CNBC. On days like today, I kind of want to see where that focus is at. Hopefully not inflation.
By more than 2%. Oil was holding on to some gains today, but has capitulated. And I think perhaps the best indicator of that over the last 2 sessions has been banks. Yields have picked up quite significantly, and yet banks have also capitulated and fallen into the red. Yes, it's the Squares and the PayPals that are down more today, but even those banks that are most likely to benefit from yields rising.
Yes, Robert did tell me about the margin calls. He said that on CNBC, they were talking about margin calls happening at the end of the day. And I don't doubt it. I do not doubt it.
So, as I said, those groups have done a lot in a short period of time. Banks are still up 25% year to date, the large cap banks. So you still have a lot of kind of winnings to be cashed in there. And it's just how much more are you going to buy incrementally when you do have the rest of the market selling off. So I think that's where it is. S&P down 4% from a high. We've had a couple of 3 to 5% pullbacks in the last several months. We'll see if it gets contained in that zone right here. But it seems right now that's what this is. This is just a little bit of a flush of a, let's raise cash and trim back on our commitments. But I don't see anything right now aside from, as I said, the sort of VIX term structure stuff that I was talking about before, which is getting some attention to say that this is somehow a complete change in character of this market this year.
Obviously, the concern is, as what Michelle Meyer, Bank of America Merrill Lynch, called the sticker shock of the number we got on inflation today. 4.2% from last year is a big number. We haven't seen inflation numbers like that in at least a decade. And if you strip out the core, which is obviously really important, taking out food and energy, also a really big increase that we haven't seen since the early 80s. So that's what's causing some of the concern. But it is important to go beneath the surface into this number and see what could be temporary and what might not be. For instance, sporting event prices soared 10%. We know that stadiums opened. We know that people started buying tickets again. Airfares also soaring 10%. Used car prices. These are the kind of things that may not stick. And this is part of the debate, Mike. And we did see pockets of inflation elsewhere, which I guess would give those that are worried some ammunition in places like away from home restaurants, in rents, and I think the concern here is that wages will continue to rise. And that could be a more lasting, potentially more worrisome signal that would cause the Fed to do more. But it doesn't seem like we're going to know about this, Mike, until next month or even the month after, May and June, to see if we're going to continue to see price pressures building like we saw. So is the market just going to be on edge about this whole inflation worry and the Fed moving on rates until then?
I think it'll probably wax and wane. I think there will be times we'll be fixated on it. I think all those things you mentioned make this number very fluky. In other words, it's not something you would look at and say, okay, now we have to start extrapolating a higher price level across the board. Not in the least. So yeah, I think every few weeks we're going to have to watch and have some suspense around the around some of the inflation numbers, a lot of the indicators, and some of the Fed speak around it. But I don't think it necessarily changes the story. As I was saying yesterday, 1 month's number can't do much to settle the debate as to whether this is temporary or long lasting. And that's what we're seeing right here to some degree. I also would again point out, I really do think that what's going on today is a continuation of the trend that's really kicked off in mid-February in terms of a complete downward revaluation of the hot growth stories and essentially a rotation that's now become a
Yeah, people are leaving growth, baby. We're out of growth. They're rotating out of that. He also mentioned with higher inflation, you have lower valuations, especially with these high multiple stocks. Tesla being sadly one of them, but the VIX. Take a look at this, guys. We were talking about this when it was at $15. I don't do options, but there was a massive options on this. Strike price 25 in June and July. Look at this. Look at this rally. These guys made 10Ds. That's nuts. Hit new high on here. We might even hit 30. Who knows? But some guy was doing technicals on this as well on Twitter, and he said it hit the trend line. So let's see if it gets rejected off of there, and we see a rebound hopefully tomorrow. That's what we need. We need a rebound. Oh, well, what did you say? Tesla, UAL, still getting a little ahead for the... Yeah, UAL's also blowing. These airlines are blowing. I got in about 14 stocks and 80 ETFs are all red. Damn, I need to calm myself. Panic setting in. That's what happens to a lot of. I think it just makes sense to take profits if you're up and just step out. The whole sell in May and go away BS. It's like, it's true. People are doing it. And in a market like this, you just wait for the bleeding to stop. OBLN, someone brought that one up earlier. What's up with this? Therapeutics. I don't like the daily, man. There's not a lot of volume on here. Let's take a look at the... No, I don't... It doesn't even... I think we brought this one up earlier. Let's draw this out. Every spike you see on this, it's not really sustained. Even last earnings, you saw this spike and then it deflated down. Same thing with Tesla, man. It usually craps itself for quite some time after earnings. Look back at January. We fell all the way down to like March. That's when we hit the low 530s, and then we had that bounce. So if that's the case, sub 500, I do not know. What I don't like is that it broke our trend line here that we had on the 4-hour. It was honoring it, and now it's under that. And this daily candle on here is not, it's not strong. It's not beautiful. Not at all. 8.6 million jobs available. That came out yesterday, right? Tuesday. And new employment figures, 250K, which is horrible. I think it was 220K, and the estimates were 1 million on Friday. And the stock market still went up. You can hire the lazy at home to work. That's exactly what I said, man. Why go to work when you could just have unemployment? There's no problem in that. I don't blame them. Exactly. Chips are in everything from PlayStation 5s and toothbrushes to washing machines and alarm clocks, but semiconductors will be in short supply for some time to come. I think they said 2023. I think that's the guy from Intel. How's Intel doing? He said that. He was a CEO or something like that. Ooh, that's a disgusting drop on Intel. AMD's taking over, baby. AMD, Nvidia, which are both down today. Can't blame them. Can you guys hear my fan? Shit. Ralph, you're in Cali. Yes. You have a Newsom recall. Nancy Pelosi's nephew, and now he offers 2/3 of the population free money to not to work. Really? I never heard about that. So there is another stimulus here in Cali, right? Is that what you're saying? Well, that's good and not good. Kramer tweeted 9 minutes ago, nothing cooking on the long side. I think Kramer's bleeding too. Yeah, the heat map, look at this. That's a little brutal. The greens you see here, what is this? Pfizer, into it. I don't even know what that is. Chevron. Oh, that's it. I don't really see anything else. AZN, I do not know what that is. But for the most part, British Petroleum's up, BP. Everything's down. We are your biggest fan. Can you hear us? No, I can't. Let's see you on Discord. I'll plug in the free Discord. Blood in the streets everywhere, baby. I'm gonna get my water gallon. Gotta stay hydrated. We are back, and Tesla's pulling back again. Show me Nulo, baby. I'll buy that dip. The heat map looks like tomato salsa. Yeah, looks like a lobster. I don't know if I want to tease you and let you know AMC and the VXX are the only two things green today. Or I'm teasing. Yeah, I think AMC's at 1050. It hit 1063, so it's at 1030. I love that. I love that for you guys. Love seeing people win. Wish I saw that on GameStop, man. A little sad on that, but it is what it is. But yeah, the VIX, oh, it's not the best. The VIX is the volatility index, fear gauge as they call it. All right, here we go. Colonial Pipeline Hacking Group has been claimed responsibility for breaching 3 more companies Wednesday. Oh my gosh. What the hell's going on? This is as more freaking fuel to the fire. Dark side hackers are taking stock short ideas, and I'm not joking. Darkside also has advertised a willingness to sell information about upcoming victims before their stolen information is published on the Darkside victim shaming blog, so that enterprising investment scammers can short the company stock in advance of the news. Wow. You guys hear that? And look, it seems like they're already on it too. Bitcoin is down 4%. Tom Brady's laser eyes tweet. Oh, the rumor is it's CNA. This is the rumor. That's these people here. What? Rumor is the dark side hack in Illinois is CNA. That's just a rumor, no confirmation. Goldman Sachs' view on the CPI, which came in crappy. The rise can be attributed entirely to segments of the economy that you would expect to see a sharp jump in prices as the economy reopens. Makes sense. Like they were talking about on CNBC, other than a surprisingly sharp rise in used car prices. We'll see. We'll see. It's only a matter of time. Godpill's back in the market. That's what I like to hear. He went and bought $950 options. Expiry for what? Oh, on GameStop. We'll see, guys. Because you know what happened earlier? GameStop tweeted this. Look. GameStop tweeted. Look. All right, they're tweeting the game, right? I don't know what this game is. It's like a sci-fi game, I guess. Groundbreaking sci-fi epic returns bigger and better and beautiful. And look what they put. Oops. Moass, my bad. Oops. Moass, my bad. Oops. Mother of all short squeezes, my bad. See what people are saying. Mother of all short squeezes. Here we go. This is nuts. And look, this is followed by the tweet they had the other day. Here. On the moon. With the Carlsberg beer. And Reddit replied, how much time do you have? What? At what point is that? Like, I don't know. I don't want to call it manipulation. Carlsberg shells are the worst. Oh, the game's Mass Effect. That's what it's called. I think I heard of that. Mass Effect. Alrighty. Ethereum 4,067. Nice little bounce off the whole number. Nice little bounce here on Tesla. Let's close above 600. Nasdaq is ripping. Come on, let's have a green day tomorrow. We need green. It's crazy how we were at all-time highs not that long ago. Now we're over here bleeding. Bitcoin's 54.3. I really wanna. We got 13 minutes. Let's wait. Yeah, I don't know. Those games don't really appeal to me sometimes, unless it's like FIFA, maybe Call of Duty. I don't find that I don't know what it is about me. I'd rather just read a book. I'm surprised they tweeted that too. At that point, I don't know how it's crossing the line with manipulation. I'd have to look into that, but they're, like you said, they're really testing the waters. That's a good eye. That's a good eye. Let's check the tweet. It says from iPhone. Yep, Twitter for iPhone. Usually for a company like this, you'd expect them to use like some software, like Salesforce, Social Studio, some automated stuff, right? Even on this tweet, Twitter Media Studio. But for iPhone, literally means on the iPhone. Someone, I think maybe Cohen. I don't know if he has access to this. I don't know how that works there. I don't know. But you are right. It is iPhone. Good eye on that one. Margin calls. Any news out? Let's see. They were on CNBC. Can you imagine Melvin Capital?
Downside beneath them.
I was looking at the NASDAQ. That's a great question. Thanks, Wilf. I was looking at the NASDAQ before I came on the air. The NASDAQ over the last 1 year has now erased all of its outperformance relative to the Dow and the S&P. So that outperformance was something like 60% over 1 year versus 38% for the S&P. That's like largely been erased. I think it's about 42 to 38 now. Probably gives up the rest of it. And, you know, what's really important to point out is that this is why people should not be investing in the rearview mirror, allocating to whatever gave you the best returns over the last quarter or the last 6 months. If you do that on a regular basis, you are de facto buying high, selling low. Most financial advisors, people who do what I do in the wealth management industry, have set the rules in opposition to that issue. We are buying low, selling high every time we're doing a rebalance in a portfolio. So I think most people who are managing money professionally as advisors are getting this moment right. And then a lot of people on the retail side who are momentum players without discipline, meaning they go long because something's going up, but they have no idea where to exit. That's, I think, where you're seeing a lot of the excess volatility coming from, and that's where it should come from. So if you look at insurance stocks, large cap banks, the types of things that momentum kids aren't in, it's another day at the office. That's pretty much all I'm seeing right now.
Well, the Dow is having its worst day since the end of January. The S&P having its worst day since February. Let's bring in Seema Modi with some of the names that are seeing especially big decline, Seema.
Tesla. No!
Yeah, Sarah, I want to bring you guys some of the day's biggest losers. We're seeing double-digit declines in names like Wix.com and Lemonade. And then take a look at Virgin Galactic plunging another 11% today. Sonos, which reports after the bell, down about 10% ahead of its print. And then we've got two baskets of high-interest underperformers today. Gig economy stocks
DoorDash.
plunging all down more than 30% from their respective highs. That includes names like Uber, DoorDash, and Grubhub. Turning to electric vehicle and alternative energy plays after a rare update yesterday, all reversing course, plunging today. Lordstown down about 7%. Guys, those are just a few of the names that are getting caught up in today's big sell-off.
Where are the margin calls, man?
Seema Modi, Seema, thank you. Bottom of the S&P right now, Penn National Gaming, which is down about 9%. Caesars, Gap. Josh, you said you weren't doing much except for talking to clients today. If you think this is a temporary story, this
looks
inflation
sad,
story,
man.
why not
He
buy
looks
some of
depressed.
these stocks that are getting beat up hard today and have been for the last few weeks, especially some of the high flyers like Seema mentioned?
Well, I think there are opportunities, and certainly every day we're buying stocks.
Oh,
I mean,
shoot.
we're managing separate accounts. We're not a hedge fund trading everybody's account in a block. So where we need to add, we are adding. And of course, we're allocating new accounts around the clock. I think the issue here for investors trying to be tactical in those stocks that you're talking about, most of those are companies that aren't even in the major benchmark indices yet. Like they've come public in the last 6 to 12 months, either as IPOs or more likely as SPACs. They're not even in the S&P. So while some of them have large market caps, they really don't matter that much in terms of the overall tape. Where they have an impact is on sentiment. And so I think there could be another leg lower because people were buying these stocks strictly on the basis of the fact that they had just gone up. Once that reward system is removed, like I buy a stock, it goes up 10%. I buy another stock, goes up 10%. Once you pull that reward system out of the equation, people examine what they own and they say, wait a minute, I'm in Lemonade? What the hell am I doing? What is this? I don't even know what this is. It's a ticker symbol I saw on Robinhood trending.
He's so right about
that. It was
that.
going up. Now it's not. Sell. I don't think that there's an investor to take that seller's place until we get much lower, given the valuations in some of those names. So I don't really see as big of a tactical opportunity as maybe others do. That's just my personal opinion.
Mike Santoli, would investors welcome some kind of rhetoric from the Fed that they do acknowledge how high this inflation print was, or would they rather see the Fed come out and say at some point in the next few weeks, don't worry, it's transitory, we're not going to tighten anything whatsoever?
Yeah, I don't know.
They do that every day.
I don't know what good the acknowledgement is, aside from acknowledging the number itself, would necessarily do if it's not going to inform ultimately a posture on policy. I think it's too early for them to really say that they're reassessing anything. They've told you for months there's going to be an uptick in statistical inflation because of we're lapping the weakness of last year. I mean, it's been previewed. It's here. This is what's happening. I also don't think it's the main thing that in a bigger picture way is driving the whole risk reward in the market right now. I honestly think we came, 1 month ago, mid-April, we were sitting there, the S&P was up 11% year to date. It was way overbought. It was well above its sort of moving averages. You had sentiment and equity allocations pretty high. And literally everybody said, hey, market's up 90% in 13 months. Probably time for a rest. Probably time for some chop. Probably time for some kind of correction. This is here. And so I think that, yes, the inflation story is absolutely, a very persuasive excuse for what's happening. And it does, at some point, probably prompt some kind of Fed response. But I don't think that's mostly what we're dealing with right now.
Can I agree with Mike really quickly? I just want to say one thing.
Oh, no, it's just
Master Santoli is absolutely correct. The worst possible thing that the Fed could start doing right now is commenting on individual data releases. Please do not, please restrain yourselves. Please don't do that. And ask Dudley, if he doesn't mind, to stop penning op-eds. And let's not have the Fed be reactive to individual economic reports. I think that's a huge tactical mistake and probably the worst thing that they could do right now.
They have stuck by the transitory theme. Even St. Louis Fed President Jim Bullard yesterday with us, Rich Clarida, the Federal Reserve Vice Chair, in a speech today said this is transitory. We were expecting this, and it could happen for a few months, but they just do not see it lasting. I was just going to say
even though they've already said this and it might be priced in, people are still going to freaking panic. You're still going to sell headlines.
Level. Tom Lee from Fundstrat joins the conversation here on the CNBC Newsline. Tom, you've been bullish. How do you see the sell-off today? Do you see opportunities to buy?
Yeah, I think today's has the feel of a panic day, right? Because the VIX is spiking, so that's forcing de-risking. And today's, tax day. I did talk to a few desks on the private banks, and they've been saying that some of their clients have had to raise cash, so there's selling today. And as you know, there's a lot of people that need to get out of technology because that's a crowded long. And a day without natural buyers means you get this sort of big downdraft. So, is this scary? Absolutely scary. But do I think that this is going to break the bull markets back? No, I would be a buyer today. I know it sounds very strange, but, we have the VIX soaring again 30% today after a 40% move after 2 days. That's not what happens when the markets peak. That usually happens at the end of a sell-off.
Would you tell people to buy the NASDAQ as well? Recently you were saying there was a bit more downside there.
Yeah, on the NASDAQ, and let's say I use the triple Q as a proxy. Last week we downgraded tech to neutral, but we basically went underweight FANG. On the triple Qs, I think that it needs to touch the 200-day moving average, which means roughly 300 on the triple Qs, which is about another 5% from here. So I think that there's still some wood to chop on the tech and the crowded longs there. But, on the commodity-related trades, I think these are just the earliest days. And by the way, I know people are saying today's sell-off is CPI-related, but what still makes me scratch my head is the 10-year really barely budged.
So just to dive into that a bit deeper, and I know short-term trades can be hard to call, but you think the QQQ could have 5% more downside, but you're happy for people to buy into other fairly broad indices or parts of indices, even if it is the likes of energy or other cyclicals? You don't think that the QQQ falling 5% would drag other things down with it?
It's really a tricky, Wilfred, that's a great question because, look, at the end of the day, if tech's coming down and, it's 40% of the market, other things have to go up for the market to sort of stay unscathed. And so I kind of agree with you there. But if this is, let's say that this is a regime change, okay, where people are trying to get out of tech and the natural buyers have disappeared because, no one's buying that, but there's still firepower on the sidelines, which we know because I know our clients have been cautious. And so they want to redeploy this into the cyclical stocks when the VIX calms down. This is not that different than 2001, 2004, where, tech actually sank like an albatross, but everything else went up substantially. And the indices actually powered higher overall. So I think it's possible, but it's a great question because for the last 10 years, the market was tech. And I guess what we're saying that in 2021, the market is not tech.
Financials are outperforming, so are healthcare, but they are lower on the day. Consumer discretionary is the hardest hit. Tom Lee, thank you very much for jumping on the CNBC Newsline. We've got 2 minutes, a little less than that now in the trading day.
30
Mike,
seconds.
what are you seeing in the market internals? Dow down 650 into the close.
Yeah, pretty lopsided to the downside as you would expect. It actually started about 3-1 about an hour or two ago to the negative in terms of the volume split in New York Stock Exchange advantages and decliners. It's obviously really widened out from there. So we're much closer to 7 to 1 to the downside now. So not quite 90% to the downside, but not too far from that.
7 seconds.
Take a look at the equal weighted S&P versus the regular S&P this month. You still do see the average stock outperforming the market cap weighted version. Of course, that's because the mega cap NASDAQ names are weighing down the headline index. We've been talking a lot about the volatility index. You can look at it here. It's popping back up toward the early year high. So we did actually have a run up in the VIX toward 30 in the early part of this year, even a little bit above that 35 in the whole GameStop drama. Here we are, sort of late February, early March, Archegos time period. And so it still shows you we're a little rattled, a little unsettled. Once that starts coming down and you get a spike on the chart, that is a little more of an all clear than any particular level on the way up, guys.
We've got 30 seconds left of the session. Very few places to hide
They're
today.
late, man.
Energy holding on to a fractional gain. Otherwise, the other 10 sectors lower and sharply lower. Materials, tech, consumer discretionary, communication services, utilities, industrials, all down more than 2%. The S&P 500 itself down 2.1%.
There we go. Stop the blood, baby. Close the markets.
The Dow is down just shy of 2% itself. Some 665 points, fraction above its low of the session, which was down 700 points about 10 minutes ago. The Nasdaq Composite down 2.7% or 357 points. Its low was down 370, so very close to it at the close.
Oh man, tomorrow, please,
That's
green.
a wrap on an ugly day. Stocks closing near session lows. Welcome back, everyone, to Closing Bell. I'm Sarah Eisen, along with
Horse Running says he grabbed some Tesla at 587. It hasn't been this low in over a year. I didn't think I would have seen five a digit on this on Tesla. Oh, here we are today. But it's under EMA. It looks oversold. What spooks me slightly here on the 4 hour is the fact that the last two dips we had to these levels, 539 being one of them, around 588 being the second one, was that look how aggressive the pushes were at the time of that dip. Very aggressive. We bounced from 539 to 716 on that second time around. It was around 590s all the way to like 692, and then we still had that gap up here to 715 and continued momentum after a slight pullback towards nearly almost 800. This time around, nope, we got rejected at the 4 hour, and now we're coming down for a double bottom, which is why I just hold off, don't buy. If there is more downside and we see flush under 578, hate to say this, but I think 550s is right around the corner. Not too far out. 550s would put us under the SMA on here. We're back to near the S&P 500 inclusion levels. That is nuts. That's crazy. I'm so worried this is gonna run down all week. It might be one of the worst weeks. Both GameStop and AMC popping after hours. I do not know what's popping on this. I wouldn't necessarily call this popping. Popping was the one day. This is not popping. Popping is this. This is popping. On AMC. I'm sorry, my face was blocking it. There we go. This. That's popping. I don't know why you would say that. I don't understand you, man. I mean, anything now on the upward side is great, you know? Let's have a green day tomorrow. One last look at the heat map. Close my eyes really quick. There we go. All right. That's pretty much it for us here today. I'm gonna edit the video, but with that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully you guys have an amazing rest of your Wednesday. Get a workout in, baby. Go read a book. Go take a walk. Go meditate. With that, manifest this. With that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow bright and early for another live stream. Hopefully the attendees come to print.